guys, welcome back to our home, and today we're going to talk about something that pretty much all parents are dealing with right now, and that is quarantine distance learning. First and foremost, from our home to yours, we want to wish you being safe, being healthy, being blessed, and staying inside as physically, spiritually, mentally possible, because the longer you're inside, the safer you are. Keep in mind to stay clean, wash your hands, cover your sneezes and coughs, and if you're not feeling great, to separate yourself from everyone else. With that being said, let's get into homeschooling, and if you're not used to it, how difficult this has been. We have 3 small children, all in elementary school or preschool, elementary school, so it has been quite a task to get them to stay focused, to make them be excited about learning while they're at home, and also for us not to strangle each other while we're all trapped at home trying to accomplish a common goal, which is gaining knowledge while being at home. Okay, so while we're all at home and we are all learning about the homeschooling process, one of the suggestions that I have that I want to make that has worked out really great for our family is to set up a designated space for your distance learning classroom or your homeroom classroom. So in our case, I turned our dining room into school. So in doing that, both of my kids have to sign on to school and Zoom lessons at a certain time. So we have our computer set up with mouse, headphones, because certain times they both have to be on Zoom at the same time, and the headphones allow them to be able to talk and interact without disturbing each other. And then on the other side of the table, you will see this is where they have to do their physical work. So I have a crayon box filled with pencils, highlighters, pens, crayons if they need them, calculator, dictionary, Kleenex, eyeglass case, notebook for paper, as well as handouts that have been created by their dad and I, as well as the teachers and things you can find online and different things like that. Allowing us to have a centralized location has been phenomenal, because when it's time to actually do learning and or school time, you can say once you're over here, you're in that mode. So it eliminates the time for TV, video games, different things like that that may cause a distraction. So my suggestion to you, number 1, is to find a designated spot. If you don't have a dining table, maybe turn your coffee table around a different way and designate that your learning zone. Or another good idea would be if you have a laundry room that's away from everybody that you can maybe set a card table in if it's big enough, or your kitchen table. Anything that you can kind of block off for that time that you want them to be actually learning and focused, whether it's in book work, book reports, computer work. It really makes a big difference to pull them away from comfortable environments. I have found that it helps them become more focused.
Watch with no effort. The days here, but I've taken place.
Okay, guys, so for our little learners, our daughter is 5, and she is in the pre-K 4 or preschool learning, however you phrase it in your area. But basically, she doesn't have an online course that she can take, or a Zoom meeting, or a Google Classroom that she has to check into. So the way that we have balanced out her continuing to stay A, excited about learning, and B, engaged in education is we've done several things. Number 1 is we allow her to do ABC Mouse. Now, I know right now they're running a lot of specials, and let me go ahead and say this video is not sponsored by anything or anyone. These are things that I'm actually doing or we're doing for our family. We do pay for the membership, and I know right now they're running all kinds of specials, 50% off, 75% off, but she does engage in ABC Mouse, as well as she watches educational videos on YouTube. Those are free. Another thing that we do for her, because this is kind of like what they were doing in school, is she works in Workbooks. Now, if you can, some dollar stores right now still have very few or hardly any books left, but they did have a lot of selections of workbooks. If you can't find them, you can also make them up on your own based on what your child needs more improvement on. Take a blank sheet of paper, notebook paper, manuscript paper, construction paper, copy paper, whatever kind of paper you can have your hands on and have where they can trace their name, where they can count, where they can write words, whatever it is that suits your needs. So what I do for Ava is I do a collaborative of different things. So she may have one math worksheet, a handwriting worksheet, a coloring, just to kind of give her mind a break, and it kind of keeps her engaged and sitting still and being focused, especially if this is a time that I need her to kind of be quiet and be still, because maybe the boys are doing something on their conference call for class, or as a working parent, you need to be doing something and you kind of need them to be quiet and focused. Giving them a variety of things to do kind of allows them to not get so bored. So she may do math, handwriting, coloring, another handwriting, maybe a match, some more addition, and then maybe end with a puzzle or a book where she flips through and looks for the pictures to try and familiarize herself with reading. This has really helped us to be able to educate all of our kids at the same time, but keeping them focused and not distracting one another. Okay guys, so the last tip that I want to share with you all is to make some sort of schedule. Now, the schedule that I'm sharing with you right now is what we had created for the first 2 weeks that we were here in the home, and it really worked out. Now we have a little bit different schedule because the boys have certain times that they have to check in for certain subjects because their teachers are going to be online at that time, and so therefore they have to Zoom in with them. But the concept is there. Create some sort of schedule, some sort of start time, how long you want them to achieve certain things, and try and balance it out between art and reading, educational time, TV, whether it's National Geographic or something good on YouTube or something that you create. Try and incorporate times for them to exercise or go outside to play basketball or ride their bikes or scooters. Time to play with the dogs. Balance it out so that they're not always just trapped in front of a computer, a tablet, or a video game or TV. Really try and give them some sort of balance. Last but not least, parents, give yourselves a pat on the back and a hand clap and a self-hug and anything else. Because if you're not used to homeschooling your children, this has been a very difficult time. Guess what? We're all going through it together, and you're doing an amazing job just doing what you're doing. If your child is learning anything, if they're turning in their work, if they're coloring, if they are putting together puzzles, if they're reading books, you're doing an amazing job. You're working, you're cleaning, you're cooking, you're trying to keep everybody healthy and safe. You're doing an amazing job. With that, until next time, like, share. Bye.